What up, guys? What up? Welcome to the Infinity Idea Talkers podcast. This is a branch from the Intelligent Idea Talkers podcast. I'm your host, Juice.
Your boy, Jay.
And I am Frank from the Good Games podcast.
Yo.
What's up?
Yeah, D's out. He had to go have
wine.
Yeah, he's sipping some nice, high, airy spirits right now. You know, he didn't want to mix with the riff-raff this weekend, but it's all good. You know,
It's all good. Nothing but love.
yeah. What up? And we have a
Clink.
Frank just fist bumped my glass. Yeah, so we're here to talk about we just saw the movie Avengers Infinity War, and we're here to talk about it. And just so you know ahead of time, complete spoilers. Like, we're spoiling every single little bit of this movie. We're gonna talk about every detail we can remember. So if you haven't seen it yet,
You've been warned.
yeah, you've been warned. You come back after you've seen it.
Yeah.
Or if you don't care about spoilers, then
Yeah, there's a lot to spoil.
join us.
There's a lot to spoil. It's a long movie.
Okay. All right. So let's just lead off with what was the highlight of the movie for you?
Man,
Like,
specific
it
part
could
or
be
just-
anything, part,
Wow.
character, anything.
Yo.
What was the highlight
Okay.
of this movie for you?
Okay, so Thanos, right? This dude had possession. At this point, he had possession of 4 of the Infinity Gems. I call them gems. I'm sorry, that's the original name. I'm sticking to that. I also have an issue with the colors of the gems, but that's a different thing. But he had a possession of 4 of the Infinity Gems, and this dude was using like them in combination. Like, he was using the Power and Reality Gem to like do some crazy stuff. He threw a moon at Iron Man. He threw a moon at Iron Man, and I'm like, yeah, it's fucking crazy.
He gets no fucks, dude.
That was fucking crazy, but overall, it was my favorite thing was that he was actually like using the gems. Like, they weren't just like
for
decorations on his hand. You know,
Yeah.
like there was a reason why he's like going around killing all these people to go after these gems. And this dude, once he got possession of them, man, super powerful.
God, he used them so fluidly and such great combination. He turned Drax,
Like the reality,
he turned Drax into
stones, bunch of stones.
cubes.
He turned Mantis into a bunch of like silly
Spaghetti.
stars.
More guns?
Bubbles.
Yo.
Yeah, that reality gem's OP though.
I gotta give it to him for the bubbles, man. He had a little bit of sense of humor. You know?
Some
Some people think Thanos has no sense of humor.
He's like, this is the boyfriend, huh?
Well,
Yeah.
actually, if you guys played the original Marvel superheroes game, the fighting game, one of Thanos's super moves was you put you in a giant bubble. And
That's right. I do remember that jump.
I honestly think that was a callback to that game.
Oh,
You know, because I'm just like, this is like
that's
big,
a good pull right there.
So,
I forgot about that.
of all things, bubbles. But then I'm like, why bubbles? It was really on my mind, and I'm like, wait a minute. In Marvel superheroes, he had it as a special move, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
So,
Yo,
yeah.
that's a good pull right there, man.
Yeah,
I
man.
never would have made that connection.
Yeah, it's kind of a deep cut showing my age, but
Nah, hey, that was a great game, dude. You know, like the original X-Men versus Street Fighter jump, man. That
was pre versus games.
Yeah,
but yeah, they killed it with that game. But yeah, I just thought Thanos like using all those gems in tandem with each other, and I'm like, this dude is getting more powerful by the second, and all of these heroes are not stopping this dude. And that's what I really enjoyed about the movie, that he was actually like a super powerful villain that didn't die in one movie, and he did his thing.
By one person or in one scene.
Yeah, like he's too big to be the type of villain to like just last for one movie, you know, one and done. Like this dude accomplished his mission, and he's the only villain in the MCU that ever has done that. So
that's
I gotta give him credit.
And also, we talk about how he pieced up the Hulk at the very beginning.
What?
Man. Like oh my God, he pieced the Hulk the fuck up. It's not even. It was embarrassing. It was so embarrassing. Hulk didn't want to come out later.
No,
he was dead for the rest of the movie.
No.
He was like, no. I was like, come on, Hulk. No, I can't take it no more. My pride.
Yo, he had Hulk shook for the entire
movie. He did the whole time.
The Hulk got his ego busted like wide open. Like he had him shook the entire film, and I was just like, yep, that's about right.
I wouldn't come out either.
This dude is a joke. The Hulk is a joke now.
He pieced him.
He really finds us funny.
I'm sorry, you've never seen it before. I dare somebody to find me a scene in which the Hulk got.
No, not in the movies. Definitely not.
Got
in the movies.
ham-mandled out there.
I think I think that was also another kind of call to the current Thanos comics, but I'm not sure if the writers of the comics got wind of that part in the movie. But like in the current Thanos comics, it's crazy. It's like an alternate sort of timeline, but he has the Hulk as a pet, like hulked out, not Bruce Banner, but like he has the Hulk as a pet, like a dog, and he's walking him around and doing all this like. It's a really good book. You should read it.
Jeez.
But yeah, it's like
no joke, dude.
Not a joke at all. Not a joke at all. But anyway, I digress. I'm sorry.
Jay, what you think? What was the highlight of the movie for you?
For me, it was just the little interaction between everyone. Again, it was just like, for example, like I am Groot. He's like, oh, I am Groot. It's like, I'm Steve Rogers. It's just a little continuity,
right?
Or like, like. When Peter Parker was like, oh, hey, what's going on? I'm Peter Parker. It's like, oh, I'm Doctor Strange. It's like, oh, we're using fake names now. Okay, well, I'm Spider-Man. All right. This is a little interactions.
Bruce Banner was like, there's Spider-Man and an Ant-Man?
Yeah, there's an Ant-Man and a Spider-Man?
Like
what? Yeah, it's like, and I like the fact that with that, like, it's been like 2 years since, I believe, Age of Ultron, the events of Age of Ultron. Mm-hmm. So, like, Bruce is kind of like very new to everything that's what's going on.
He's been in space.
Yeah, he's been in space for all that time.
I'm trying to remember though. So how did they send him to space, or because I know in the comics? Oh, so in the comics, like Reed Richards and the Illuminati just launched his ass off into space.
Yeah, they launched him to space.
I don't remember what happened earlier in the MCU.
So in Age of Ultron, at the end of Age of Ultron, he was on the Quinjet. Like, he took the Quinjet by himself. Right. And he took it. But I'm just like, I don't think the Quinjet's capable of space travel. But sure. But he took the Quinjet, he went away, and then next thing you know, the next time he makes an appearance is in Thor Ragnarok, where he's on another planet, fighting as a champion on that planet. So, yeah, it was just kind of like...
Gladiator style.
Yeah, but I was just kind of like... It's like they're really trying to figure out what to do with the Hulk. Yeah. And it's kind of like he's like the best like supporting character that they have in the MCU, but they just don't know what to do with him just yet.
I don't think they have the confidence in Ruffalo to give him his own
movie. No, they're not confident to give the character himself, the Hulk himself, his own movie. Yeah, no, because you look at it, he's always been like a supporting character. He's had his own films, but they weren't strong, But he's always been a supporting character. I
love the first two Hulk movies, man. Like, I loved them.
They were critically panned. Like, everybody hated those movies. The Incredible Hulk wasn't bad. The first one. But I think Edward Norton was trying to do something different. Yeah. The Eric Bana one, I'm like, with the dogs and stuff like that.
I'm sorry, I love the shit out of that movie. I watched it on recently. I love dude you fuck them dogs up. But, I don't think they have like you said, they don't have the confidence to give the Hulk his own film. Yeah. He's not that strong of a character to carry his own film. But with other people, he'll bring everybody up, but just not by himself. Yeah, I kind of see that. So I guess I go for my favorite part. I got to go with like the Thanos character, like him as a villain. Mm-hmm. Like, I know Killmonger just recently got rated as one of the best MCU villains like ever to exist, and he was an amazing villain. Yeah. But Thanos came in so strong on this joint, man. Like as a character, a villain with complexity, and of course we had time to build him up, right? We had time to build up who Thanos was,
but we didn't really know.
We didn't know, but about him. They laid it out really well, and his relationship with Gamora, like that scene where he had to sacrifice her. And sorry guys, we already warned you about spoilers. Yeah, but that was a scene, son. Like I was just like, oh damn, like he does care.
Yeah, I like the fact that he has depth. Yeah, it's like usually it's like a bad guy. Oh, he's just a bad guy. You don't know why he's bad or like what his motives are. Yeah. But showing that he has compassion still.
Yeah, and he did this with his own sense of doing right. You know, it's terribly wrong.
Those tears aren't for him. Yeah, right, for you. I was like,
uh-oh. I was like, run.
when Gamora was giving that speech, you could tell by like the camera angle. I'm like, you're gonna die.
Yeah, it was like,
I think we all knew,
like with the monologue and everything, like you're gonna die.
I know, but it's one of those
like, see, you ain't right. See, you shouldn't be doing that. You know you shouldn't be doing that.
Nobody.
You don't love nobody.
He's like, you don't love nobody.
He was like, I love you. Now die.
It was so heartbreaking though when she realized,
I love you.
Yeah, I think that was the hardest part to watch.
Because she was like tears. She was like tears.
That's not fake.
Those are fake tears. And Red Skull came back. What the fuck?
I was like, wait.
Red Skull came back. Yeah,
that was obscure.
Yeah,
son.
that was like, I did not expect that. That. But I'm glad they brought him back because that's Captain America's big bad.
Yeah, it is.
You know.
What? Huh?
No, but when he was saying like, you know, you have to make a sacrifice in order to get the sacrifice of something that you love to get the Soul Stone, and Gamora's like, ha! Game over, son! Game over, son! You don't love nobody! He's like, I love you. What?
Convenient.
I know, right? Yeah, how convenient.
How convenient.
Yeah, that she had to be there at that point in time. But, speaking of which, I don't know if you were finished. By the way.
Oh yeah, that was like Thanos as a character in this movie. He was a complex character, and the acting for Thanos was on point, man.
Yeah,
like,
Josh Brolin.
I didn't matter the bald sack chin at all, man. I was just like, all right, man. Like,
see, the hardest part about hating like villains is like it's very easy just to hate them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's even harder when you relate to them.
When you kind of like them.
Yeah, you're like, oh, he's bad, but.
I kind of want to see him succeed. I kind of want to see them carry out their mission.
And that's hard. So when you see that with him, just a range, you're like, damn. All right.
Yeah, that's definitely something Marvel got right on this one. Or Disney. You name it. But
yeah.
They got it right.
Nah, I feel like, I felt like to your point, Jasper, that you were saying like the interactions with characters were really good. Like I liked like all of like the Guardians of the Galaxy stuff. I thought that was great because it felt true to like those movies. Mm-hmm. You know, like Peter Quill, man. Even though I think that whole ending was his fault. That whole thing was his fault. Like he fucked up big time. But
all of his Doctor Strange would have saw that though.
That's the thing. That's the thing. I wanna get to that. Like that's the thing. But
that'll be in our projections.
Okay. But yeah, like I thought like Peter Quill, like all of his interactions like with Thor in the beginning, like how they were saying how Thor was so handsome, his muscles were made of like metal fiber and stuff. He's like he started.
He looks like a baby.
He got a little bigger. You're one sandwich away from being fat.
And then Drax points to his face. He's just like. In the face.
Like, Drax was like, Thor looks like if a pirate and an angel had a child. Had a baby.
What do you mean? Just lower your voice.
He's like, he got a little bass in his voice. And with an accent too. And freaking Gamora's like his muscles were made of like the metal fibers of this planet. And I'm like,
I'm right here. Yeah, that shit was funny, yeah.
When he walks up to Gamora too, and he's like, your father killed my brother. Loki dies, your father killed my brother. And then he puts his hand on her shoulder and Star-Lord's like, what? He's like, I had to kill my brother many times, and I had to watch my father die, and I had to kill my sister, so I feel your pain. And Star-Lord comes up to he comes right in between.
It was like,
I had to watch my mother die, and I had to kill my own father.
Not the one
but I'm sure it wasn't as bad as your sister, but I feel your pain too.
And that's elbow vibes.
Fucking hilarious, dude. I love all of that stuff. Like all of that stuff was great. And
yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy definitely remained true. And it was like Guardians of the Galaxy 1 too. Like it was hilarious. Like their interactions were
Like their interactions were so good, and I loved it when
then Drax was just standing there. How long were you there?
For an hour.
He's like, God, how long were you
pretty
standing
much
invincible.
He's not mastering the art of standing.
He's like, you're eating scarred.
I can still see you.
He's like, hi, Drax. He's like, damn it.
Yo, that was solid, man. Like, those guys held it down, man.
Yeah, but I
would say Dinklage, he was really good here.
Yeah, and I like that they portrayed him as a giant of Jotunheim.
Yeah,
which was like, I'm just like, I understand the irony of it, but I needed more T'Challa. I know we got a lot of Wakanda, but I needed more T'Challa, man. I needed more.
I feel like we got more Okoye than T'Challa.
Yeah, we got more Okoye big time. Well, the way it ends too.
I know.
Yeah, and I'm like, nope.
What the fuck? What does that mean? I'm trying to like a slap at the table. What the hell does that mean? I guess we can talk about it in the projections, but Jesus, man.
I mean, I don't know, like with that ending. So
that
personally, yeah.
I thought if anybody like it would have been her instead of him.
Yeah,
but I think that's why it's perfect because it's not expected.
Yeah. I man, they took.
You have to have a couple power characters disappear.
Yeah,
part of me wants to be like, look, Disney, you know we were waiting for this.
Yeah,
you gave this to us and you took him away.
So like with that, like
he wasn't the first to die though.
No, he wasn't.
Gotta point that out.
That dude's invincible. That dude's invincible. But nah, man, I feel like that ending is. I felt a little hollow about it. Like I understand why people's like, oh, so emotional. But I'm like, yo, that's not permanent. None of this is permanent.
No, of course not.
Like, this isn't permanent.
No, they would never do it because they would lose so much money.
Protagonist powers, people. Protagonist powers.
Exactly. I'm hoping. I'm hopeful that they're coming back because there's going to be another Avengers movie next year.
Mm-hmm.
So hey, I'm like, oh, that's not permanent. I'm like, yeah, everybody in the theater's like, oh,
it's gonna reset. Something's gonna reset.
Yeah, and I have a feeling Captain Marvel's gonna be the one to do it. That's what the end credits. Yeah, the female one. Yeah, that's. I think she's gonna be the one to do it, or at least hold down like Earth until they find a way to bring everyone back. So, yeah. Man.
No, it's supposed to. They also reference that in 2019, she's gonna have her own independent movie too.
Yeah, she's gonna.
Which is why
at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, this kind of all
following
streamlined.
Yeah.
So I never followed Captain Marvel that closely Alright, I never followed Miss Marvel and then the old guy Captain Marvel. Mm-hmm. I know Captain Marvel now as Carol Danvers.
Yeah.
You know, but as far as her whole history, and I'm really curious how this movie is going to pan out. Like, how they're going to lay this movie out.
So if you look at power levels, like, if Pokemon,
I know she's definitely up.
Pokemon cards and whatnot, they all has their power levels.
Yeah.
She's supposed to be off, the charts. So, like, Nick Fury is like, oh, that's her Hail Mary kind of thing.
Exactly.
But the one thing that bugs me is, like, where were you during, like, Age of Ultron? Where were you during, like, this and that? Like...
So the thing is, I think what's going to happen is her own movie is going to be is going to take place. The majority of it is going to take place in space,
right?
Because she's another like in space character from Marvel, like the Guardians of the Galaxy or Silver Surfer, Galactus. Like she's a space cast person. So I know that the majority of her movie is going to take place in the 90s. Mm-hmm. Which is why you saw it had to call back with the beeper and all of that stuff, that Nick Fury was using to call her. But at the same time, I'm not sure. Like you said, what I want to know what she was doing, and I want to know how she's going to contribute to bringing everyone back. I know she can do it with her power level. Mm-hmm. I know she can do it. I'm not sure if her power level is up there, is off the charts. She's like their strongest character right now. Like,
Thor right now.
Thor though came in with
Thor came in with Stormbreaker, and Thor with Stormbreaker. That's like upgraded Mjolnir. Like that's some off the chart shit too.
Rocket was like Stormbreaker.
It's like it's a little much. But yeah, I think I'm eager to see how she's going to contribute to bringing back like everyone, because a lot of people are gone. A lot of people are gone. So what did you guys think of like all the characters like coming together? Like did it click for you before like watching the movie that all of these characters were going to be together?
I knew they were.
Yeah.
But I want to see how they were going to go about doing it, how they were going to meet, like which setting, or like
a lot of the meetings were kind of sudden. Considering the circumstances, I understand why, but a lot of the meetings were kind of sudden. Like it seemed like the Hulk literally dropped into Doctor Strange's Sanctum Sanctorum, and then he's like, Thanos is coming, and he's like, who the hell are you? It's like, who the hell?
And it was like, luckily, Tony Stark happened to be or was nearby.
Yeah, he was nearby.
Yeah,
like,
luckily.
And he was like, "Who the fuck are you?"
And Doctor Strange just literally walks right up to him.
You referred to him as a wizard the whole time. Yeah. What are your other powers other than making balloon animals? I was like, God, yo, relax.
Yo, I thought this movie did a really good job because there were so many characters in this movie, man.
Yeah, it was.
There were a lot of plot threads that you have to pay attention to, and I feel like they did a really good job in like portraying like all of these characters with their own little stories, their own little developments, and so on and so forth.
Yeah,
but yeah,
how they reached out and put like one. They put one of the main Avengers in each like set and pulled them all together that way.
Which meeting did you like the most, or do you feel was the most realistic?
The most realistic, I think, would be one of the best ones too. To me, was technically it's not a meeting; it's just like a reunion with Vision and Scarlet Witch in Scotland with Black Widow, Captain America, and Falcon.
Yeah.
That was more like a reunion, which was just cool. It was really sudden because like how the hell did Captain America just appear out of nowhere? Like, how did he know they were there? They were supposed to be off grid. They're supposed to just take their time. But I thought that was very realistic because, you know, it's just maybe they said a line earlier in the film, like, who would be able to find Vision? Iron Man's like, Captain America would. Yeah. You know, Steve would. But we're not on speaking terms right now. So that makes sense to me. But still, it's like super sudden.
You know what I thought was weird? You know? He had a flip phone.
Yeah.
I was like, why would he have a flip phone out of all?
I don't know. And
it's probably just a burner.
I don't know. I think maybe it has something to do with like maybe it's because it's Captain America. He's a man of the times.
He's always like
way behind. So maybe
he should have just had a Nokia, those brick phones back in the day.
Yo, if they broke out a Nokia though,
like,
I'd have been like, damn, Cap.
Because to me,
they're not taking care of you.
Brick phone, that's believable. Like,
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, but he had a flip. I don't know. It could have been a burner phone, but still, it's like I don't know if that was just straight up product placement, but I'm sure Cap has a smartphone or knows how to use one in this day and age. You know.
Yeah, they find.
I liked how when Star-Lord and his squad was with Iron Man and all of them kind of just meeting up.
Yeah,
I like that interaction.
That was a good meeting.
You're human. What?
Yeah, because it was like
Missouri.
It was just basically
that's
just
Earth, you idiot.
It was just basically a giant explosion of like ego and like uncertainty, which is what.
And we had that nice little superhero battle.
Yeah,
that we all like at the beginning of every team up.
Yeah,
you know, the little superhero fight.
Ego and ego.
Yeah, it was just an explosion of ego where it's like Peter Quill was like. You know, he's like, he's like, tell me who you work for, who do you serve? And then Doctor Strange is like, what? He's like, what are you talking about?
What was say, Jesus?
He's like, I will take out Thanos along with the rest of you. He's like, hold on, Thanos. What is like? Are you from Earth? And he's like, yeah. And so
from Missouri.
Then Spider-Man,
that's Earth, you idiot.
And then he's like, I'm from Missouri. He's like, that's on Earth, you idiot. And then Spider-Man comes. I love this line. I think it's my favorite line in the whole film. Spider-Man takes his mask off because Iron Man tech, whatever, it just comes right off. And he's like, we're the Avengers, man. And I'm like, yes, you are, Spider-Man. I'm like, yes, you are.
You're an Avenger.
I'm Avenger now.
And I'm like, that music that came up when Tony did that to him, I was so hopeful. I'm like, yes, finally.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's where he belongs. He's an Avenger. Him and Black Panther, Avengers. And it was so nice to see them actually work with them, you know, with this whole thing. Cause
I like how Black Panther was like, big line was like, Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever.
Yeah.
He had to say it.
Wakanda forever. Wakanda forever.
I do like how Doctor Strange, though, even though they were all fighting and egos were going, he's the only one who's kind of rational.
Yeah.
No one else would be.
You know, I actually really liked Doctor Strange in this movie. I didn't like his origin story so much because it was pretty by the numbers. It was pretty formulaic origin story. Mm-hmm. But I really liked him in this movie. He really stood out to me. You know, except when he gave the time stone to Thanos.
Could we talk about what the fuck that was about?
It was probably one of the 14 million things that he saw.
That's what I was thinking. That whole thing panned out, and he was like, "It has to be this way."
Yeah, he said, you know, how many of these are we gonna win? And it's like just one. And so when he was about to fade away, he was like, "Tony, it has to be this way." And then he fades away, and I'm like, "There's a plan. There's a plan in place because in the original, I think it was Infinity Gauntlet. Yeah, I think it was an Infinity Gauntlet.
Right.
No. It was not Infinity Gauntlet. It was Infinity War, the second comic. There were 3. Infinity War, Magus, which is the bad side of Adam Warlock, got all 6 gems and the gauntlet, and he was using it to destroy shit. But it turns out that the reality gem that he had was a convincing fake. So when he gave over the time stone, I'm like, is that the real stone?
Right.
I mean, he could have given it like some sort of like spell to make it seem like.
But then he turned. Well,
maybe.
maybe.
But the thing is, but maybe that's the extent of it. Maybe he can't.
Limit.
Maybe there's a limit to its power. But but then when Thanos did the snapping of his fingers, like in the comics, then he did wipe out half the universe, and I'm like, damn, that was a real stone. So I'm like, what are you doing, man?
The 2 heartbreaking part after the snap. Well, before the snap was when Iron Man got stabbed.
Yeah.
And he was like, you know what? I hope people remember you. I was like, dude, that.
Yeah. He's like, I respect you, Stark. Yeah. I hope people remember you.
I hope humans remember you. And I was like, that's kind of rough. I wasn't expecting that. Or like afterwards when Peter Parker.
Wait, but that's the thing. Stark didn't die.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
Because Doctor
Strange.
Doctor Strange said, "Spare his life, and I'll give you the time stone."
But when Peter Parker was pleading for his
life,
dude, that hurt, man. I was like,
oh my god, Izzy lost it. She lost it when he was pleading for his life.
Tony, save me.
He's like, please, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Please don't let me go. Yeah, he's just a kid.
That was rough.
And imagine how Iron Man feels after the fact. Like, he's like, you're not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to be up here.
Failed.
Yeah, he failed him. Like he said, he said he didn't want to. I was like, when he said that, I'm just like, oh, jeez.
Yeah.
That hurt a lot. Like Spider-Man.
Because even when Thanos was talking to Iron Man, he was like, I know you know what I go through. Yeah. Like not being a failure, this and that.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot surprising amount of like depth in the movie, like even with all of those characters.
And there's a lot of emotions too with Thanos.
Yeah.
Like a lot of, again, back super villains, they're very cut and dry, they're very black and white, they're very just
always
this guy's evil.
Yeah.
But the reason why I like Black Panther is because of Killmonger. You can relate to him. You're like, oh, yeah, damn, you feel it. And you're like, you know what? I would probably do that too.
Like when Thanos was talking about his home planet, like why are we here on Titan? He was like, what is this place to you? And he was like, you want to know what this place is? This was my home.
Yeah. This is the reality.
And he showed them what it used to be and then how it is now because of what he feels like is his failure. Right?
Yeah.
So when you relate that to him, his character is so deep and you're just like,
yeah,
damn.
Yeah, they actually tried to like humanize him and to make him feel.
They did a great job.
Yeah, I think they did a good job.
It's hard to hate him.
Yeah, it is to a degree, but then you start to consider like the measures that he's going through, like destroying half the universe. Like that's not a fucking small thing, man. That's really
what did that
extreme.
Cost you? Everything.
He said it cost me everything, but and I really wish they could have explored more into Thanos' backstory, because in the comics, Thanos is
the ugly ass baby.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's obsessed with death. He's obsessed with death in the comics. Like, so he's obsessed with Lady Death, who's like death personified.
That's who I thought. Mm-hmm. Remember at the end, like after he snapped his fingers, he was in that purple void for a while.
Yeah,
and he was,
you thought that was Gamora?
I thought that was Lady Death in the distance. I was like, oh shit.
I mean, shit. Who knows? That could have definitely been like a red herring. It's just like. That's not Gamora. That's just who he sees.
She can take any visual form.
Yeah, like Lady Death. Like the reason why he wanted to destroy half the universe is because in the comics, there were more people living than had died in history, like in everything. Mm-hmm. So Lady Death was just like, we can't have this, and Thanos was so enamored with her because that's what he seeks. He seeks death. He wants to die. He's tired of living. But he's so enamored with her and the idea of her that he's like, all right, I'll do anything for you. How about in order to keep you, for you to keep a job and for me to get what I want, how about I kill half of everything?
Right.
And
as an offering to her.
Yeah, and she's like,
bringing balance.
Yeah, and she's like, all right, cool, do it. And he did it in the comics. He did it, but they found a way to bring everyone back. So, that whole,
in a way, that's what makes me like this Thanos more than that Thanos. While that Thanos is interesting, like from the comics, that Thanos is interesting and he's complex in other ways, but like the drive in this movie seemed way more relevant. I feel like a lot of people would not relate to being in love with Lady Death and wanting to kill half the planet as an offering to this cosmic entity.
It would have had to explain a lot more.
Yeah.
They would have had to explain a lot more, and there were too many characters in this movie for that big of an exposition on one character, And yeah, Thanos. But I think Josh Brolin did a great job as a character.
Yeah, man, that was such.
He did a great job as a character because we got nothing of Thanos. Like the only thing we got of him was in Guardians of the Galaxy 1.
Mm-hmm.
That was like the most we'd ever seen him, and then like post-credit scenes.
I'll do it myself.
Yeah, like this is like I say like this is somewhat what I imagined like when they first showed that first post-credit scene in Avengers. Where, the Seeker was telling Thanos, like, they have champions now. Earth has champions now. And to court them is to court death. And he looks at the camera and I'm like, yo, this is going to be something. This is going to be something.
Let's get ready to...
I'm like, yo, this is going to be something. I got chills. And this is like, I think this is a good part one because originally they were going to do 2 parts. But they're still going to have an Avengers movie next year, so we got to see what happens.
And it's good they ended it like this.
Yeah, right? On a cliffhanger.
Like, on this, this
well,
massive cliffhanger.
It's
half
not
the
really
world.
It's a mass. I don't even know if it's a cliffhanger. I think that's just like an end. Like
it isn't.
That's it. Now they have to rebuild now.
That's true. That's true.
With half the population.
So we got Venom.
Gone.
They're gonna tie Venom into this, yeah.
Venom, yeah.
They're gonna tie Venom
that was good.
Captain Marvel. Janet Van Dyne coming in the next Ant-Man.
Yeah, Wasp is coming in.
Yeah.
They're gonna eventually X-Men Fantastic Four kind of come in.
Mm-hmm.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, word.
Yeah, Fox.
Because how are they not gonna have Fantastic Four?
I know Fantastic Four was supposed to be like as much a part of this.
Yeah, they're like core for this whole thing.
Yeah, like they
so weird without.
Yeah, I know. It's that I was expecting something like some kind of like inkling like. With the post-credit scene, maybe like I saw him pull out the beeper, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna contact Captain Marvel because she's that old school, Or I was just like, all right, I just want to see like just like a shot of like Nick Fury and Maria fading away, and then someone pulls their fist right in front of the camera frame, and then you see claws come out or something.
Yeah,
I
right.
wanted to see something.
Yeah,
Fantastic Four, a
X-Men
mention of one of the members of the Fantastic Four, of Reed Richards, because he's so smart.
Mm-hmm.
Like anything, but nothing, and I'm like, next time, guys, next time. Maybe not this time, but man, I would love to see Fantastic Four and X-Men just along with all these people.
Do you think they're gonna switch up the whole X-Men cast again, redo this again?
Yeah,
do it again?
Yeah. They're most likely going to do that there because that's what they do with like different studios or whatever. They don't like necessarily working with the same.
I wonder who's gonna be the next Wolverine then.
I don't know. Hugh Jackman said he is done.
He has no way. He's so iconic.
Yeah,
but I'm okay with that. Like he had a good run.
Yeah, he did.
10 years?
Yeah, he has. No, longer. Like Logan came out 2016.
Well, we're talking about like
X-Men. First X-Men 1 came out 2000.
Jesus.
So he had more than 15 years.
Jesus.
Yeah, he had more than 15 years of time. So yeah, he's
a good run.
He had a really good run.
Yeah,
has a long time. But yeah, like Hugh Jackman, I thought he was a great Wolverine.
We're not gonna have Wolverine's not gonna be leading the next one though.
Yeah,
like he's not. Like, they can't do this again. Hugh Jackman was too.
He's too popular
iconic.
of a character. He's too popular of a character to not take the lead in some way, shape, or form.
In the X-Men team, if they put him in the team, though?
I mean, they have like Wolverine leads. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, and probably comic book readers will probably crucify me for this because I don't have the access to research right now. But I think Wolverine leads X-Men Gold team right now.
Yeah. If
not him, it's Storm, and then I think he leads the X-Men Blue team right now. And it's like, Cyclops is like, he's a bad guy now. But
wait, is Cyclops back?
Yeah.
All right. See, I'm really behind on the current stuff. Like last I saw, Cyclops was dead.
Oh yeah.
Wolverine was dead.
He was dead for a very short period of time.
Cyclops?
Yeah, like he was dead for I think the equivalent of a few weeks, maybe a few months.
Okay, I didn't read the
Cyclops
Inhumans versus Avengers thing. And
Cyclops is back though, and he's a bad guy now.
Bad guy.
Yeah, he's he's a bad man. He's a bad man. Read up on him, you'd be like, oh shit, Scott.
No, I fucks with that. I fucks with like evil Cyclops. Like, I do. Yeah. Like we talk about like Age of Apocalypse type Cyclops.
Yeah, nah, but this is like current 616 stuff, and Cyclops is a bad guy. He's a bad man.
All right,
yeah, he's a bad dude now. So yeah, he's finally like living up to his potential. You know, like he's not like.
But
Boy Scout
Magneto's
field
like
leader.
super, like, chill now.
Yeah, he's kind of like whatever. You know, I think him and Professor X are getting old, so they're just like, yeah, whatever, we're good.
I'm so out of it. Anyway, back to the movie. But
yeah. So what did you guys? So what did you think of the action scenes? Like, did you think there weren't too many? There were too many. There was too much to follow.
Nah, it was good, dude. Like you were saying before, you mentioned earlier how like Thanos, when we were waiting for this build up for such a long time, and how Thanos was not a disappointment at all in this whole thing, and that was like the fights are kind of what I've always like dreamt of. Like if you read the comics, you're like, man, like you see the fights in the comics, it's really like, oh yeah, this is good. Yeah. They laid it out. The choreography was good. Like everything was laid out
perfectly. Use their powers.
Yeah. The way he used the Infinity Gauntlet and the way he fought too was so good. It was so accurate.
I loved it. I loved
like when he pulled the moon down, when he reached up, you saw that pulse.
When you saw the moon, you're like, hold up.
He's not going to do this anymore.
He's not going to do this.
Our ecosystem, right?
I'm like, yo, how do you throw a moon at Iron Man? And I thought Iron Man bit it at that point.
Right, when I don't hit him,
you can't.
I wasn't even sure because originally I thought it was like a whole moon, not the pieces.
Yeah, he like.
I was like, what are you gonna do?
There's nothing you could do about that.
Yeah,
like he could just back out, phase out like he does.
I'm like, shouldn't the atmosphere be affected by at some point with this?
The waves and all that.
Yeah, something. But yeah, man. I thought it was like really comic book like this, and that's why I brought it up. Like it's so accurate to like a comic book fight. You know, like the things that they were doing, even like the first.
When they were fighting Thanos, like when Spider-Man and all of them got to use their powers.
Yes,
right. And the way they locked him up, they held him down, and then Mantis came down on his head,
like with all of their powers simultaneously.
That was awesome.
And still, like this dude, like Mantis put him to sleep, but this dude was still. They were still all holding onto all of them. He was still stronger than all of them.
And that just shows how awesome he is.
Yeah, that's like shows how powerful of a villain he is, which is great. You know, like, but yeah, it was so comic book like even like the first battle, like there was this one thing that was so cool that Doctor Strange did. He did a lot of cool things in this movie, I thought, but like Doctor Strange like had this portal, and Iron Man like flew behind Thanos, and then Iron Man came out of a portal behind Doctor Strange and came out with a repulsor blast.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
that was dope.
Well, what about when Spider-Man was doing that too?
Yeah.
Magic punch.
So magic punch again.
I actually really liked when Doctor Strange was fighting that other guy when he had portals, the needles.
Yeah.
And it went right back. It just showed his powers. I like that.
Yo, so for Black Mamba, this guy in the movie, like he was a combination of two people, right?
Basically, he was Baron. I would say he was like Baron Mordo, and he was kind of like Shadow King as well. Yeah. Like, what did you think?
I was thinking, what was this? The Black Order. Remember, it was that bald-headed chick.
Yeah.
She was the not the telepath, because he was a telepath.
Right.
Like Black Mamba was a telepath.
He was the wizard.
But she was like the telekinetic. Was she? She was something like that.
It's not Moondragon, is it?
She looked like a.
Did she look
giant?
I think I'm not sure if it's Moondragon who you're talking about.
Maybe.
I think it might be.
Yeah, but I remember she was in the Black Order, but I still see Proxima Midnight, Corvus Glaive was in that jump. Yeah. Corvus Glaive was cool in that jump.
Yeah, he was cool.
They gave him a little bit of a role, but he was chasing down Vision and Scarlet Witch. Yeah. Like he was cool he was cool as shit in that jump. And he was fighting Vision at the end.
Yeah. I thought that battle was pretty dope too. But poor Vision, man. I'm just like, yo, Vision died twice in like, like 2 minutes.
That might have been the most fucked up part.
This dude died twice in like 2 minutes.
Because they succeeded.
Yeah. And I'm like, yo, they did
and
it.
And he was like,
yo, they did
psych.
Yeah.
He's like, damn it.
Brought him back just to kill him again.
Yo, as soon as that happens, for real, I'm like, yeah, they did it. And then I'm like, all right, what's going to happen now? And then Thanos starts monologuing, and I'm like, wait a minute, this dude has 5 gems.
Confident.
I'm like, this dude has 5 gems. And I'm like, wait, the time gem. And then he's like, see the time gem activate, and then he starts doing this, and I'm like, oh no.
I knew it wasn't over because like I felt too good. I was like, no, it's too easy.
Too easy.
It's too happy.
I was like, okay, now they're all gonna team up. They're gonna take him down. It's gonna be fun.
And similar thing with the reality gem when Gamora and the Guardians of the Galaxy went after the reality gem at the collectors.
Oh my
god! Yo, that was a huge setup, and I'm like, yo, that's crazy.
But I love that conversation though. He's like, daughter, why?
He's like, why?
How could you? Right then, I was like, oh, Thanos.
Because it was again but that was too easy.
Yeah.
Like she just like stuck the sword in his neck and then stuck the knife that he gave her in his chest. He's like, why? And I'm like, that's too easy. And then he collapses, and I'm like, that's it? I'm like, so wait, what's gonna happen? He's gonna open his eyes.
I knew that wasn't it. Like I knew he was doing up to something.
I'm halfway in my popcorn.
I didn't know it was gonna be like an illusion or a reality situation. But I thought he was gonna be like,
yo, but that's the
pull
thing.
that joint out. But,
right.
All right, now what the fuck?
Like, but that's the thing that was so
gotcha,
that was so fucking crazy about it, because it was a giant setup. That dude already had the reality stone for like maybe hours at that point. He was waiting for Gamora because she knew where the Soul Stone was.
So there was a couple parts. That was one of them where I thought, I was like, it's too easy.
Yeah, of course.
Or like Thor, like Stormbringer, like
right in his chest. Yeah,
and I was like, really?
Yeah.
I was like, that's it. And then he snaps and he disappears, and I was like,
should have went for the head.
He said you should have went for the head. He snaps his fingers, and I'm like, oh, by the way, Thanos. Probably the greatest being in the universe because he can make a snapping sound with his fingers with metal gloves. The dude snapped his fingers like you snapping your fingers like this, but he had metal gloves on.
He does have the reality.
No, it was his left hand, and he snapped his fingers, made the same snapping sound you would flesh to flesh, but he did it with a metal glove.
That's power.
That's superpower. Yep. I like superpower, but yeah,
so
man.
He didn't get that Infinity Gauntlet for nothing.
Shit, man. But yeah, there were so many parts where it was just like, yo, Thanos is.
What did you wish you saw more of?
More of, man. I wanted to see more.
More Black Panther. Sorry, I want to see more Black Panther fighting.
Like, oh, now that we have visitors, I was expecting the Olympics or maybe a Star Wars. I thought that was funny, but I kind of, because they have vibranium, they have a lot of good technology.
Yeah,
I felt that they didn't use it.
I know.
That's true. Yeah,
I also
like they're still fighting.
They basically used the border patrol,
and I'm like,
the extent of
they have vibranium in their weapons. That's cool, but
I really thought that like the vibranium was gonna be like the essence of the Soul Stone, you know? Like I thought the Soul Stone was gonna be in Wakanda, and I think it would have made Wakanda like so much more important. Like the only reason that they were all in Wakanda fighting was because Vision just happened to be there. And I'm like, man, that's kind of like to me, that was kind of a bit of a cop-out. I didn't like that. Yeah. Like, because I thought like they had this great chance to make Wakanda like, you know, the forefront of something great, like, you know, where they get their power. But I guess I understand, because if they took the Soul Stone away, then they would have taken the vibranium away, or it would have taken away its use. So then that would have made Wakanda not as.
I kind of wish that they would have incorporated some of their technology with like Stark, or with like.
Well, I mean, Stark hasn't gotten there yet. You know, Stark hasn't gotten there yet. Like Stark.
Wait, you haven't seen the interaction with Stark and T'Challa, have we?
No. Stark hasn't been there yet.
I think I like the interaction between the Black Panthers and like the whole like Wakanda crew with like Bruce Banner. They're like, yeah, but there's so many neurons, and it's like, well, why didn't you do it?
Because we didn't think of it yet.
Yeah, I didn't think about it. Sorry,
it's like we didn't think of it yet, and Shuri's like. Colonizer. But yeah. Nah, I thought I think I wanted to see more. Man, I wanted to see more comic book fights. Like what I had like this I had this idea in my head like once, like again that post credit scene from Avengers. Once I saw that, I had this idea in my head of like all of the heroes united front, Fantastic Four, X-Men, the Marvel superheroes, everyone, like on this moon or something, and Thanos is like there, and it's like all of them against him. You know, like this was more like kind of what's the term, the war term, but it's like, you know, divide and conquer. This is more divide and conquer, where Thanos sent his crew here, and then he goes here, and then Thanos starts traveling to different places, and it's all like small groups taking him on. I understand it's really hard to do that, first off in a movie, but like I just wanted to see like all of the Marvel superheroes versus this one dude with all the fucking power.
But that's the thing. He would have had to defeat them. He would have had to defeat them, right? Because in order for him to move on to this, for him to accomplish his goal, in order to go to the rest of the Marvel Avengers movies, right? To go on, they would have had to. He would have had to lay them all out.
He would have had to lay them out. The thing that's the thing. He can with ease. It's just I just wanted to see like how they portray like the best effort of the fucking Marvel universe, like just going at this one guy.
You're right. No,
that's scary.
They did have small. They did have stuff. They did have small little battles. I wish you're right. I wish they all would have.
I wanted them to like unite, but again, it could be because this is really big.
Yeah. This geographically, it would have been hard.
Oh yeah. But that would have been awesome. Where would have been like I think like the perfect place would have been in space somehow. Like on all Titan. Of them are up there in space or on Titan because apparently Tony can breathe there. Doctor Strange can breathe.
I thought that was kind of weird.
Yeah, like I was like the atmosphere is the same. So,
but like that would have really thought out.
Thanos is like he's Kree, right? Or
no, Thanos is he's a Titan.
He's Titan.
The people from Titan. The people from Titan are called Titans.
Oh, okay. So
he's a Titan. So basically, a Titan is
Wait, so when he was younger, he was a Teen Titan.
DC hates you.
Nice. Like, nice. But yeah, no, I thought I think like Titan. So him as a Titan, he's like an especially powerful Titan.
Mm-hmm.
So like he's like just under like the the cosmic gods, like Living Tribunal, Eternity, those people. Mm-hmm. He's like just under them.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Okay.
Like Adam Warlock is like on the same level as him. Right? So like with the Infinity Gauntlet, it brings him to like the same level as the cosmic gods.
Okay.
So it's just like that. Like he's an especially powerful Titan. So that I feel like they could have all fought him on Titan. I think that would have been the best place to do it. But yeah, man, like bone chilling stuff. Like I wanted to see like the entire Marvel universe against this guy.
Like if Hulk would have came out and he'd have rocked Hulk and Thor with Storm.
I mean,
Breaker.
the combination of all of them, though, I think, man,
Stark.
I think maybe they could have done it because I mean, seriously, the closest they got to defeating this guy, it took 5 of them at the same time to do it. The closest they got was to pull his glove off. That's the closest they got.
It came off, and he caught that joint with his fingers the last second.
He caught it, and I'm like, God. I'm like, Peter Quill fucked it up.
He did.
Yeah, for the record, Peter Quill, you fucked it up, dude. Like, damn, man.
But, dude, you should have just shot him in the face. Why you gotta hit him with the gun?
Yeah.
You're a human still.
You're right. You just pistol with him.
Just shoot him. If you're gonna be pissed, shoot him.
And I'm like, this dude, man. Mantis had him.
Why didn't they shoot him in the head?
I guess. I mean, look at what the dude. That's true. But I mean, look at what the dude can do. Though you think that would have really worked?
Double tap.
Think that would really work though? I don't know if that would have worked though, because that is
in that state though. Like, here's the thing. So, question: would you guys think that they could have, in that state with Mantis, like messing with his brain, he's struggling to stay conscious.
Yeah,
they were pulling him all different directions. They all holding him down. You don't think 2 shots to the head could have took him out by? I don't know what Peter Quill's gun. It's got like an elemental gun or some shit. But
nah, it's a gun. It's just like a laser gun. It's a blaster. Yeah.
So you don't think that could have taken him?
I doubt it.
All right. What about the part when Thor actually caught him in the chest with his hammer? What if he did aim for the head?
So Stormbreaker is a weapon designed to kill someone like that, like someone at that power level. Like they said it earlier, they're going to go to this planet. I can't even pronounce it, but they're going to this planet, and the planet is known for making weapons that kill
of mass destruction.
Yeah, that kill like powerful gods and creatures. So that's why that was their only chance. It was a drop in the hat, and it technically would work.
Yeah, he could have taken him out.
But before Thanos died, snapped his fingers with the metal gloves, and he
what a boss move! What a boss move!
He's like, you should have gone for the head. Bam, half the universe gone.
Yeah,
just like that. You know, it's crazy. That's crazy to me. And I also thought that, like, you saw, like, the Infinity Gauntlet was, like, it looked like it was used up.
Right. So that was my next
broken. So, like, what were we gonna...
Well, yeah, like, what does that mean? Because he used the power. Maybe that wasn't such a large scale that it might have used up all the energy.
Maybe it's weaker now.
Maybe it's weaker now.
I don't see, like, I don't think that it's, like...
Just polish it back up.
No, but it could be as simple as, like, maybe letting the gems rest.
Or recharge.
Like, you know, because, like, that was, like, all of their power output, like, at once. You know, so, like, it looked like the gauntlet was cracked and broken. And I don't know if they're going to go that direction with the MCU, but in this case, and when he did it in the comics, it wasn't like, you know, he does it and then he has to, like, wait for a cooldown period. It was, he could do it again if he wanted to, like, immediately. You know? So it's just, he didn't want to because of Lady Death. Like, that's what she wants. She wants living to kill so that there be more dead people than living people. So it's, I don't know. I'm hoping that I just have so many questions.
Yeah.
So many questions for the end.
They're probably going to have Adam Warlock in the Miss Marvel.
They
Captain Marvel, too.
I think they're going to bring Adam Warlock in Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I know that's a long way
But the only Guardian left is Cool.
No, he's gone.
Oh, that's right.
The only Guardian left is Rocket.
Yeah.
Damn,
you're right. He's the last one.
Yeah, Rocket's the only one left.
Even Groot's
gone.
Groot's gone. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, Cool.
They killed Groot twice.
Yep.
I know, right? What I thought was kind of... So, speaking about Groot, I was like, you're going to have, like, Stormbreaker and all that with a wooden handle? Like, really? All right.
Why did the handle fade out?
Yeah.
To me, that's the only one that I was like... I mean...
I don't know.
Metal handle?
So if don't correct me if I'm wrong, did Thor still have the wooden handle when he ran through Thanos with it? Because it looked like a metal handle to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
It looked like he still had a handle. It looked like he was holding like just like the axe or anything.
I didn't look that close. I was too interested in the fight.
Because I think like Groot affixed the handle just so that like Thor could like, you know, not freaking go through the power of a star to create the thing by holding the things together, by holding the conduits together. But still, like, I felt like that handle was like made for Stormbreaker, and I think Peter Dinklage's character was like, "Help me look for the handle." And so that's probably
it's like a temporary thing where they found the handle.
When they found a handle, and then they actually fused it to the thing, and then I think that's what made sense to me. But it looked to me like not a wooden handle. It looked like just like a.
I was also like, when he was going hit with the dying star, I was like, man, your hair is still there. I was like,
still perfect.
It's like, you didn't get a tan from
that. Your eyebrows are unsinged.
Yeah.
Like, all right, my man, okay.
Nah, I really like that part too, though, because like Thor was like determined. Like Thor just watched fucking Heimdall and his brother die in a matter of 5 minutes.
And everybody
died quick.
And everybody on the Asgardian ship
done.
Yeah,
everybody was gone. He was the last one. There were just bodies floating in space.
Yep. When Thor said, I forgot who he was talking to, but when Thor said Asgard is gone, I think he meant the people too.
Yeah.
You know, not just the place. It's like, he said Asgard is a people. They kept saying that in Thor Ragnarok. He's like, Asgard is gone. And I'm like, that means everyone is dead. Yeah. You know? Everyone is gone. You know, that's nuts. Thor, I really enjoyed Thor in this movie too, because I thought he had like the most to gain from this, or not the most to gain, but the most to
drive. Right?
Yeah, he had the most ambition, the most drive.
I actually really like Loki. I wish he lived a little longer, but I like his little monologue and stuff. And like, you know what? The true, king.
The king of Asgard.
I was like, wait. I like monologues.
Compared to Ragnarok, like Thor in this one was way better. Like, Ragnarok was cool, but...
Yeah, Thor in this one, like, this is like my favorite depiction of Thor to date, because he was also very much humanized. Yeah. Like, to a very realistic degree, where in the other movies, he's like, I'm Thor doing Thor things, you know? Like, he's above
when he showed up, though, in Wakanda,
I was like, I'm like,
I forgot he was a god.
Right. We forgot because we haven't seen him like that.
Yeah, we haven't seen him like that since the first.
He got beat. He's like, well, you can't beat me twice.
Yeah. Right. He's like.
It's been so long since we've seen him like that.
He was talking to Rocket. He's like, he hasn't beaten me. He's like, he's never fought me. He's like, yeah, he did. Well, he hasn't fought me twice.
Rocket, I love it. He's like, but I have things to lose.
He's like, I don't know about you, but I got a lot of things to lose. But yeah, man, I've really enjoyed Thor. Like, whenever Thor was on screen, I was really paying attention because I'm like, Thor, this is like the really first time that I really appreciate your character.
Like, he was shook up.
Like, he was devastated.
Mm-hmm.
He was fucking devastated. He had to watch his one of his really good friends and his brother die in front of him. And he couldn't do a goddamn thing about it. You know, it's crazy. That's devastation right there. And he did some things. Yeah. Came back in a big way. He dealt the killing blow. Almost won the battle for everybody. And then
he had the blade in dude's chest.
Yeah,
pulled him from the back of his head. Yeah. Pulled that joint in.
Pulled him in.
Yeah.
And then it was crazy because when he snapped his fingers, they faded to white, and then when they came back, Thor was like, "What did you do?" He's like, "What did you do?" And then Thanos just backed out into the portal, and I'm like, "Dude," and I'm like, "He did it." Thanos did it, man. He accomplished.
I was curious to see how people would like die or vanish.
For one second, I just thought it would just be them just being like, "What happened to so and so?"
Yeah,
but then you see him like disintegrate. Oh my god, dude! That's fucked up.
It's like the pain. It's like the pain on everyone else's face just watching this happen. And it's crazy. Like Okoye, when T'Challa disappeared, T'Challa came over to Okoye. He's like, General, this is no time to rest. And she's like, okay. So she starts to get up, and then he starts to disappear. And
that was.
And she kept calling for him, and I'm like, oh man, it's heartbreaking. That was rough. Spider-Man again.
That scene hurt.
Yeah, that was rough.
Man.
Like, everyone just fading away. Rocket watching Groot die again. You know, like, that's all, like, super rough. Falcon fucking faded away. They don't even know where he is.
Yeah.
It's just like War Machine was looking for him. He's like, Sam, where are you?
That's
just faded away. Didn't even know.
That's fucked up.
Maybe Doctor Strange faded.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's like
right after.
It's like how was this? How did they select? Was it a random?
It was one
of. It's random selection.
It could be poor people, odds, it could be rich people, it could be anyone.
But it's just those odds, man. Like the odds, like one out of every two people, just 50%. Shit, there are three of us in this room. If that happened, maybe two of us would be gone.
I know, right?
You know, maybe all of us would be gone. It's like, it's crazy. Those odds are crazy.
But I think that the way that they picked certain people, that was good.
Yeah. There was a bit of a delay though. And I was talking to Izzy about that. Like, it seemed like, I'm not sure if it was like it happened all at the exact same time, but it was just like
different places.
Yeah, like it seemed like people were fading out, even in the same place. People were fading out after like other people had already faded. But so I wasn't sure of the continuity of that. And even Spider-Man, it took him a while to kind of disappear because of the armor, I guess. But
we had to get his lines in.
I got to get my death scene in.
You're right.
Yeah, man. They fucking
to the ground.
Yeah, man.
I'm glad Iron Man was alive because, like,
I thought he was gonna die.
Me too.
I knew that he was gonna be alive because he has to watch more pain.
Yeah,
it's Steve Rogers,
which is what I appreciated.
That's what I wanted because him and Thanos would relate more.
Yeah,
and it made that scene more powerful.
I just hate it. Like, I thought Captain America was gonna die.
Me too.
Like, I don't want
everybody
him to die.
kept saying that.
I don't want him to die. I really don't. But I thought he was gonna die. Like, I'm just like, this is it. This is it for you.
I was
You're
like,
done.
which fleeting hit is it going to be?
Yeah.
Like, when he stole,
like, when is he going to get
hit him hard? Yeah. Right, you know, what random incident is going to kill Cap?
Yeah, and I'm like, Cap's going to die. I'm like, I thought I had it all, like, planned out in my head, like, what's going to happen. Cap's going to die. Winter Soldier's going to take over. You know, Iron Man might die.
I'm going to steal that arm later.
Yeah. He's like,
how much for the arm?
He's like, how much for the gun? Not for sale. How about that arm? And he walks away. He's like, I'll get it. He's like, I'm going to get that.
I kind of wanted to see the new shield for Captain America. It's like, we should give him a shield.
I mean, it was the arm piece.
Oh,
that was his shield. I mean, he's Captain America no longer, man. No more star here. No Avengers logos. He took all that shit off. He's using like a torn up version of his costume, of his old costume. Yeah.
It was cool they popped up at that train station though.
Yeah,
You just saw his outline. I was like,
yeah, and I'm like, who's that? And I'm like, who's that?
Wolverine?
And I'm like, I
No,
actually almost wanted it to be Hawkeye, because where the fuck was Hawkeye?
Where was Hawkeye?
Where the fuck was Hawkeye? I know they mentioned it saying like with one line saying like he just didn't want to be involved anymore. He went into hiding with his family.
He'll be back. Half his family gone.
Yeah. That's the thing. That could be the thing that brings him back.
Yeah.
No Ant-Man. I know Ant-Man has his own movie coming in July, but I'm not even sure when it's going to take place regarding these events.
That's true.
It could take place before
maybe
these
he
events,
disappears,
or at the same time. Maybe Wasp disappears, or Hank disappears, or something. Yeah, man.
Motivators all around.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Like, I thought like this was gonna be the end of like everything. I thought this was gonna be like the end, whether they defeat Thanos or or Thanos defeats them. I thought this was gonna be the end, but then I'm like, wait, there's another Avengers movie next year. So I'm really looking forward to that.
It ended though.
Yeah, that was a hell of an ending. They fucking went there.
Like the way it ended with Thanos just sitting and just looking out over on the sunset.
That's straight from the comics.
Yeah, I know. I've seen that jump.
Right.
I was like, oh right, like in this little open
straight from the
hut
comics.
thing,
And he's at
over the
peace.
fields.
Like he just wants to live peacefully now because he accomplished his mission. And like that was straight from the comics. I thought this was gonna be it, and I'm like, wait, nope. When everybody was disappearing, I'm like, that's not final. Nope. And I'm like, Spider-Man and Black Panther. I'm like, you gotta be out of your fucking minds. Like, you don't take those. You bring back your flagship character, and you bring back the freaking person that made the most money for you so far.
Don't fuck around.
Yeah, I'm like, don't do this.
So you think? So what do you think? You're gonna have Shuri come in as
Dude, I want that so bad.
Me too, yeah.
But the thing is, we don't know if she disappeared or not. Like, they didn't show her after the fact.
That's true.
They didn't show her after the fact, so we don't know if she disappeared or not. So, but I would love it. I would love it if she was the new Black Panther. That'd be amazing.
Question: They still had the heart-shaped herb. That's a product of the vibranium, so far more. So yeah. They could bring her back.
Yeah, man.
They need to bring her back.
They
need to put her as Black Panther.
Because that's she's the next one.
She can still make the necklace and everything too.
Yeah, she already has it. She can make it to her size and stuff like that. That'd be amazing. That'd be amazing. You know what? It's okay. If you make Shuri the next Black Panther, I'll be fine with that.
You can bring him back later. You can come back later.
I'll be perfectly okay with that. But yeah, man. So yeah, let's count out the people who died. So many. They went there. Yeah. They went there. So.
Oh, that's good though, man. Well done, Disney. Well done, Marvel, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Stan Lee, man, bus driver.
Yo, Stan Lee, you have to live. You have to live. He's getting up there.
Dude, they putting another he ain't gonna make the rest of this to the next Avengers.
I'm hoping.
All right. I'm sorry. Knocking on wood. I'm sorry.
I'm hoping that he will. And they already did shoot Avengers 3 and 4 back to back. So they finished Avengers 4 a long time ago. It's in post now, and that's why it's going to come out 1 year after this one.
Okay.
Because a movie like that does
I'm
not
glad
take
they're not
just
going
a year
to
to make.
Wait another 10 years.
Yeah.
That'd be rough.
That would be rough to wait for the culmination of things to happen again. That's why I'm hoping they resolve it with this one.
Yeah.
Because.
But as I was watching the movie, as we're going through, I'm just like, we having so many great fights. Such a great movie. Sorry. But it's like, they're not going to wrap this shit up. We got 20 minutes. I'm looking at we got 20 minutes.
Exactly.
If you want to make this a good ending.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, they're going to have to carry this thing over, man.
And when I saw the time, I was like, they can't. Nah, I hope it's not something cheesy or someone just. That's it.
I know, right? Yeah. Like somebody comes up and hits Thanos with a bat. It's like,
no.
Take his glove. It's like, all right, we win.
We win. He got cut in the chest. I was like, yeah, we got 10 minutes left. I was like, I hope this is not the ending. I was like, yo, don't do this to me, man. Don't do this. Don't build it up and then that's it. Because it's too easy. It's too easy. And I looked at it, I was like,
look at that Thor, man. You got 10 minutes, so what you gonna do, man?
Yo, wrap it up, B.
Wrap that shit up.
They'll be on some shit like, "Hey, Thanos, drink this." Oh, okay. Poison.
Gotcha.
My weakness. My one weakness.
Get the glove.
Get the glove quickly.
Hey, he's sleeping. Rocket, get him.
That's it. You don't sleep with the glove on.
That's how they take him out.
I'm like,
when he takes a shower, takes it off, and that's it.
he's like,
Rocket comes in, he's like,
Spider-Man comes through the window, snaps the glove. He's like, got it. Go.
yo, man, yeah, no, I agree though. Like, that would have been like really cheesy if they just like did some.
So I'm
cheesy,
actually
like,
glad he snapped.
Yeah. Like,
I wonder if other people, if they got to wear the glove, would it also work, or is it like
No, it wouldn't.
Person?
It wouldn't. It's so you have to basically be powerful enough to handle the glove. Like, the glove doesn't just work with anyone. You know, like, you have to be on a certain like level of power in order to be able to use it. Again, like cosmic gods, Thanos, and people of that nature.
It's kind of like Silver Thor's hammer, then.
Sort of, yeah, sort of. You know, all of those guys can do it. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm pretty sure Thanos can do it too. And well, Stormbreaker is not like, you know, you have to be worthy.
There's no spell. There's no spell.
There's no spell on it. You know, so people can pick that up. But yeah, like, basically, like, you have to be on a certain power level in order to use the gauntlet, or either it'll work just fine for like you and me, but what will happen is that you'll fucking die from the strain.
But it's a snap though.
With metal gloves. No, but it's akin to, you remember Guardians of the Galaxy 1 where you know, they did the Care Bear stare to kill Ronan. But the Collector was explaining about, like, you know, you can't be a human in order to wield the power of that power gem, you know? And so they, you know, Peter Quill grabbed it, but he used his friends to, you know, help him control the power to Care Bear stare Ronan to death. And even still,
Cosmic Danto.
So think of that, right? It took 5 of them.
Like Footloose, right?
It took 4 of them to handle that one gem, and barely. Mm-hmm. So imagine 6 of the same power output can't do it. Yeah. So you have to be of a certain level. So again, that just goes to show how powerful this fucker is, dude. Like, this guy is no joke at all. Not a joke. Nothing to fuck with. Like, for real.
Damn. I just love it, man. They did such a good job with this movie. Like,
they did.
Yeah,
they did.
I appreciate it wasn't cheesy.
No,
it's not cheesy at all.
I thought it had levity. It had levity where it was needed. You know, the action was dope, and it was where it was needed. They had good story. They had so many characters to concentrate on.
People stayed true to their characters.
Yeah, mm-hmm. Like, there was so much. It was a hard ass job to handle, and I think cast and crew, they did it all really well. Yeah, like they all handled themselves,
and they worked well together.
Yeah, they worked really well.
No one really overshadowed anyone. Like,
yeah,
even Tony Stark, like, even he was just another character putting this whole movie together.
Yeah, like, I thought he was gonna die. Because think about it, if he died,
I thought
when Thanos stabbed him through the middle with the sharpened spear, right? I thought that was it. I was like, oh shit!
When he got the line, I hope people remember you, and I was like,
that's it.
No,
right? I thought that was it. Shit. I was like, oh shit! And then I forgot he was, like, later he was still alive, because remember, like, it cuts out after that, and it goes to another scene. You're like, oh man, I guess he's dead. And then you watch this whole other scene, and then you come back, and he's like, woo! He's like spraying some stuff in there.
Yeah, like, right. That's right.
All right.
He's like, all right.
It is new.
Wait, like, that was close.
Was he dead?
It's like, wasn't there a spear inside you just now? What
happened? He's okay.
That's some organs, yo.
Yeah, man. Nah, I thought he was gonna die. I thought it would have been like, it would have, like, you know, first of all, contracts and all that stuff. Like, his contract is up after the next one and all that stuff. But, like, I thought, like, it would have been very, very, like, full circle if he dies, but then you have Black Panther take over, because Black Panther overshadows Tony Stark in every way. Mm-hmm. Intelligence, finances,
technology,
resources. Black Panther's got him beat with everything. So I thought it would have been great to, like, you know, have him have this noble end and then have T'Challa take over. But they did the reverse. Yeah. You know, they did the reverse. Wow. Tony Stark's still alive. And then T'Challa is the one that disappeared, and I'm like, no!
Yeah. Fuck with me.
Man. Oh yeah, I was taken aback.
I do appreciate some of the little things that Spider-Man was dropping, like the references to like aliens and shooting them out.
See, I saw this really old movie
called
Alien.
Really old movie Aliens, and I'm like, this fucking kid. Because in Civil War, he said the same thing about Empire Strikes Back, and War Machine's like, Tony, where'd you get this guy? He's like, how old is this kid? He's like, I don't know. He's youngish. He's on the younger side. Yeah, man.
I thought that was great though when they shot him out. I was like,
yeah,
I do remember that.
Yeah,
right.
I like that.
Yeah, that
I was like, man. I just kept thinking about chest bursters. I was like, how is this gonna tie into?
Oh, when he saw Mantis, don't eat me, don't eat me. Oh my god, I lost it. I was like, you're the man.
Yeah, I was actually like the Iron Spider suit because of the
arms that came out.
Yeah, the legs that came out. Yeah, so just like, yo, that's pretty tight because it actually had uses. It wasn't just like, for decoration or for show.
Oh, when he caught Mantis too.
Yeah, and then he was able to like, roll with it and, protect the both of them and all that stuff. So I'm like, okay. Yeah. All right, cool. I just feel like this is way too large of a cosmetic change already.
All right, send him home.
Yeah. Yeah, Spider-Man. Like he should have just stayed on the bus. Like he said, I should have stayed on the bus. No, you should have stayed on the bus, kid. But even still, Thanos would have succeeded and he still would have disappeared.
I actually thought Spider-Man was really good in this one.
Yeah, he was. Like, I enjoyed him a lot. I enjoyed him a whole lot. I wanted to see more of him. I always want to see more of Spider-Man. Anytime he was on screen, I was like, Spider-Man! Yeah, like he's doing Spider-Man stuff. I was excited. I was super excited.
The one thing I wanted to see more of was playing with gravity. Because you saw Mantis jumping really high and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to see more of that.
Yeah.
Like, what if
and that's
Spider-Man
when they were
shot his web, it goes... He just kind of like floats away.
Yeah, and that was on Titan too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was on Titan. So,
but they said it was, the planet was off.
The gravity was off.
It was off.
Yeah, so maybe, I guess it only worked in certain pockets. But I mean, even Peter Quill at some point was shooting at Thanos upside down. Mm-hmm. Like, he was using, but I'm not sure if it was his boots that he was using to stick to the ceiling. But there was a lot of little things in there like that was playing with the gravity. Just had to pay attention. But
yeah, all of those were good fight. Like the fight between Thanos and Iron Man, like at the end when they had those, it was those two going head to head. You know, and Iron Man's like the whole nano machines in the suit, like
they're struggling. They're struggling.
Just like barely coming together, right?
They were struggling to keep.
But he was still like. The way he just had the big ass repulsor blast like on his wrist, he just come up on him,
his boots together.
Oh yeah, he like drop kicked him with like a rocket boot drop kick. That was cool.
Yeah, it's pretty tight. Yeah, Iron Man had some pretty cool stuff, like some new gadgets.
I always appreciate seeing new stuff by him, not the same old like.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he has to innovate because he's a guy who created a freaking suit of armor like that's constantly upgrading. He has to constantly upgrade it. So that makes a lot of sense that he'd have all these new toys. Just like, yo.
I like the fact that Spider-Man gets new toys too.
Because he's
by proximity.
Yeah, just by association, this dude gets new toys.
It's like, let go. This air's too thin. He's like, oh, you're right.
That makes sense. He passes out.
But then freaking Tony Stark thinking way ahead, like 4 steps ahead of everybody. He's like, deploy the suit. And deploy the new suit for the kid.
That was really cool. I wasn't sure what was going to happen with him, actually. When he was falling, I was like, wait, what's going to happen?
Right?
Yeah.
New suit, nice.
Now, I always want to see more Spider-Man. I honestly think it, like, I just want, because they have a Spider-Man sequel coming out, I think, next year. I think they're going to, the 3 movies next year are going to be Captain Marvel, Spider-Man, and Avengers. So
it's going to be a good year.
Spider-Man has to come back. Like Spider-Man has to come back before then.
Before they kill him.
Yeah.
What a Miles.
Bring him along.
I'm just saying.
Perfect opportunity.
It is.
Perfect opportunity. Peter Parker, I love you, man, but you did your job. Now it's time for Miles to take over.
I mean, all Miles really is kind of, he holds a place while Parker's gone, and then he comes back. Yeah. I mean, you can bring him back. This isn't exactly ultimate, so
and
he can come back.
And I think he's older. I think he's older at this point. A few years have gone by, so yeah, sure. Yeah.
This is another random thing. When they landed in Wakanda, I like how Bruce was bowing to T'Challa.
Yeah,
he's like, no, we don't
do that here because War Machine was fucking with him. He told him he's like, should I bow? He's like, yeah, he's a king.
I kind of wish though that they had a little bit more interaction because like no one's ever seen Wakanda in ever.
It's
you're just
gonna
accept them in. Like, you're not gonna pat them down or nothing.
But the thing is, again, it just goes with the too many characters thing. It's like too many characters to balance.
I like that little continuity right there, that little joke. But I kind of wish that they had a little more. It's like, yo, you're not gonna explain the barrier or like the camouflage thing,
right?
Like,
but it's been 2 years since the last. Wait, it's been 2 years since when?
Right, it's been 2 years since
Age of
Ultron.
Okay,
it's been 2 years, and actually, I think it's literally it's been 3 years since Age of Ultron came out in theaters. But yeah, it's been 2 years since Age of Ultron, and I think Civil War. Actually, no, it's been a few. Actually, no. Sorry, it's been 2 years since Civil War.
Okay, right, because they were just out for.
Right, it's been 2 years since Civil War. They were, like the Avengers were like outlaws for that time. Mm-hmm. So it's been a few years. It's been about 4 years since Age of Ultron. So yeah. So I think they did a great job with this film, man. I don't know if there's more to say. They just did a fantastic job with this film.
All right,
I have to see it again. There was a lot going on. I have to see it again.
Yeah, definitely.
I caught everything.
Like, there's definitely stuff you're gonna see next second go around. Like, I still haven't seen Black Panther second time. Like, I just keep thinking about like new stuff.
Well, it's actually coming out. On Blu-ray in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So
I did appreciate when he got hit. He was able to like bounce back the power again.
Oh yeah.
During the fight scenes, I actually liked it. I was like, nice.
And there was
a lot of hand-to-hand combat. So
some of his moves too, man. Some of Black Panther's moves in that joint.
Yeah, there was a part where Thanos knocked him to the ground, and then you saw the kinetic energy explode on the ground too, and I'm like, nice.
I kind of want to see Cable come in. Like with
That's
Cable,
right. We're talking about Deadpool,
Cable,
man.
Yeah, because like Cable's one of those guys where if you hit whatever, he also like throws it back out. So I'm like, okay.
Cable, I think like they had to do that. They had to work out the Fox deal because they said like all those Fox owned characters are not going to be able to come to the MCU for like a few years now.
Come on, Cable,
dude.
Like not
Deadpool
like 2020, the absolute earliest, and that's being really hopeful. So it's gonna be a while.
Because he time travels too.
Yeah.
So why not time travel?
He does.
Find Thanos when he's sleeping, take his gun.
But it's the same actor, it's the same character, so how's that gonna be possible?
Yeah.
That'd be funny.
It'll be okay. That's right.
That'd be a little funny, but yeah.
Like, you look familiar.
Like, you look familiar. It's like, all right, I'll see you again. We'll meet again.
Right? But yo, so speaking of Deadpool, y'all saw the second trailer, right?
Yes.
Did I see Bishop in that joint?
No. I didn't notice Bishop. Where
where
was he?
On the plane.
No, that was you talking about Terry Crews?
Yeah.
Yeah, Terry Crews, his name is shit. What's his name? Definitely not Bishop. No, it's not Bishop. His name is something. But that's X-Force. Like
Strong Guy?
No, not Strong Guy. I wish it was Strong Guy, but like that would be dope. But Strong Guy's on X Factor. But yeah, X-Force. That was basically all X-Force. So they had Shatterstar. Cable's supposed to be the leader.
Who is Shatterstar?
Shatterstar is the Asian guy with the helmet, with the weird helmet piece thing.
I didn't see him.
Maybe
with
the swords.
Oh shit!
Yeah, with the double bladed swords.
Yeah, word.
Yeah, Shatterstar. Shatterstar was there. I didn't see like any of the other mains of X-Force. So I didn't see like Boom Boom or Feral, Wolfsbane, like any of those people. So Domino's there though. She's X-Force for sure. So yeah, I just like that they make Deadpool the leader of X-Force, and then they have Peter, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
And of course, last but not least, it's like, Peter, give me powers. You want to tell us about Peter? It's like, oh, I don't have any. I just saw that
applied.
You're in. Peter. Yeah, Deadpool's coming out very soon. Very soon. So I'm looking forward to that too. Looks like it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I gotta read up more on these characters, man.
You do.
Some of them, it's like, okay, I kind of remember from like my early '90s watching cartoons, but
man, I have a pretty good knowledge of the characters just because of the Marvel Universe cards that we were talking about. Like I have the Marvel Universe Series 1 and Series 2 cards. that like I collected. You said you collected.
Oh
those
yeah. The trading cards back in the day.
Trading cards, yeah.
Yeah,
like
that was
like those
comprehensive.
Those are very comprehensive and easy to digest, like information for every character, at least for its time. So like those are like really easy ways to get. But now we have like Wikipedia and stuff like that. So yeah, just do some research, man. And buy a couple of books.
Yeah, Marvel.
Yeah, buy a couple of books too. You'll find all that information.
Yo, I'll give you my Comixology password.
Ah, you see, helping people out.
I'm telling you, dude. Like,
one day at a time.
They got stories in that.
Yeah, no, there's some really good stories. There's some really good stories.
The one I most recently just finished was the Secret Empire jump.
Oh,
dude,
that was really good.
That shit was crazy.
That was really good. That was really good.
And I read all the Sam Wilson stuff and the Avengers stuff surrounding it. Man.
Sam Wilson, Captain America?
Yeah, Sam Wilson, Captain America. And Steve Rogers, Captain America. I read both of them Jones leading up to it.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, no, it was really good. That was really good. That was when like everybody's like, no. And I'm like, okay, come on, guys. You know this is probably not going to last.
No, it can't.
But it's still kind of is ongoing, sort of.
But he's not. They didn't kill him, so he's still there.
He's still there.
I don't know what we're gonna do with this guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. No spoilers. We give you the password for that, dude.
And Josh was like, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So, what would you guys give that jump out of 5 stars?
Give it a 5.
5 for me, man.
5 out of 5.
Well, harsh.
You're gonna be different.
4.5.
4.5. Why not the 5?
We'll have that. Well, half star.
Only because like there's way too much going on. Too big of a cast.
To kill the show.
I kind of wanted them to expand in a little bit, just like in certain scenes. I mean, overall, I thought it was good. I think the second part will kind of explain everything, but I want it to be just a little bit more. I want to know more about Thanos' backstory. I want to see like, you know, maybe like everyone getting together, perhaps, or even when people meet each other, talking a little bit more. They were just, I mean, I understand under the circumstances, they were really trusting. It's like, oh shit,
the Earth is on the same side.
Like, we got
this is the
hurry
bad
up.
guy.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'd be like, yo, hold on, who are you again? Wait, what's your name?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
How do I know that you're not working with Thanos? Like, your skin is blue. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to trust that kind of thing.
There is a lot going on. I agree.
So there's a lot of trust that happened really quickly,
suddenly.
But I mean, I get it. It's a movie. Overall, it's really good. I give it, 5. But I think I wanted to see a little bit more of that. So I don't know.
I know you already made up your mind, but just got to think that they had like 60-something characters in this movie,
and they're all
and
big
the movie
names.
was still almost 3 hours long, and the movie was like 2 hours and like 2 hours and 40-something minutes.
Oh man,
it's a long movie.
Dude, because they kept it coming, man. They had levity. The comedy that was on point, mixed with the action, mixed with the dialogue and the story. They moved you through those 2.5 hours.
The movie had an amazing flow to it.
I felt that, it did have a flow.
Yeah.
I actually felt that no one really got cut off either.
No.
Right? Like, everyone had good face
Everyone had their time.
Yeah.
Everyone had their
Except
time.
Except for Heimdall.
Yeah, well.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
First to die.
Yeah.
First to die.
It is.
R.I.P. Heimdall. But yeah, I like that's a lot to balance. So like there was still a lot going on, and that's really hard to kind of like encapsulate like so much in order to kind of like focus on just like one thing. They needed to focus on so many different threads, but
and in different parts of the world, essentially,
and even in space. Like they didn't want to dumb it down for viewers because they felt like, we're like the most popular movie studio in history right now, and I'm pretty sure like everyone that's here watching this has at least heard of, if not watched all of those movies, the movies before it that has led up to this.
Yeah, there's nobody out there who's just coming in. This is their first movie. Yeah,
like this was like there were people who had at least heard of it. Like there are some people that probably had never seen a Marvel movie before, but they see like how big of an event this movie it was, and they're like, all right, let's go back and let's watch.
They have a number on Netflix, so you have no excuse.
That's true. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like there, and you don't even have to watch all of them, but you can. But it's good if you did watch all of them because you know where each and every single character came from, and it's so like meticulously like put together.
It was very easy and digestible as well.
Yeah, like it's so like it's all put together, and it's like wow, it's like, again, like I know they treated this as like TV seasons, you know, like you have like the season premiere, which is like the beginning of a phase, and then the season finale, which is an Avengers film, you know? So it's just that this season finale is now a two-parter in ways. And, you know,
I think that was perfect.
Yeah.
That was perfect. I actually did not want everything resolved in just one movie.
Yeah. I felt like...
That's a hell of a cliffhanger.
It is, man. And you felt it, man.
They went there.
Hurt.
Because a lot of the other Marvel movies, I mean, I like them all, but a lot of them just too quick.
Just end.
That was it.
Yeah,
nice happy ending, and then like,
and all the villains die. You know, they're only in the movie once, and then that's it. No one makes a reappearance. You see Thanos a couple of times, and then you see him here, but he actually lives.
But I like how strong he is.
Yeah,
he lives up to his name.
Yeah, yeah. People
not a disappointment at all under any circumstance. He came through. That was a great villain.
Yeah, I definitely got to see that again. For some reason, I was weird. I tried to get tickets for IMAX 3D. Like when tickets went on sale, but for some reason they weren't selling IMAX 3D tickets here. And then I realized why, like a week before, like they didn't shoot the movie in 3D, they shot it only in IMAX.
Oh, yeah?
So I think like any 3D showings were up converted to 3D. And it's like false 3D. So I'm like, oh, okay.
Interesting.
So,
yeah, I didn't do that. Shit was great.
You saw it in 3D?
No.
Okay.
It was dope.
Yeah. Man. All right, I don't know if there's anything else.
Venom's coming out, so saw a trailer for that one.
That looked pretty good.
You guys are excited for Venom?
Are you
I'm
not?
excited for Venom.
I got a big problem with it.
What? All right. All right, come on. Give me. Yo, what's up?
I'm gonna get closer.
All
right. So I love Venom. I did.
Yeah.
Venom is a fantastic character. So in this movie, they're doing the approach that they are making a Venom movie without Spider-Man. That is impossible. That is a huge fucking problem. Like they're making it without. There cannot be a Venom without Spider-Man. Spider-Man essentially created Venom. He created Eddie Brock, and he created the symbiosis between the symbiote and Eddie Brock. For their hatred of Spider-Man, in order for them to have this like hulked out, roided out version of Spider-Man, perverted version of Spider-Man, because that imagery alone is meant to strike fear into Spider-Man himself. You know, looking at himself like complete opposite of what he is and who he is.
That's what you need.
They're going with this approach. Let's make money, and they're fucking shoehorning this fucking Venom film with no correct backstory. I have a huge problem with it.
And this is Marvel.
This is Fox.
Oh, this is Fox?
I mean, not Fox. Sony. This is Sony, not Marvel.
Oh, okay.
This is Sony. Like, if it was Marvel Studios, they would have taken better care.
At the end of the trailer, but it said in association with Marvel.
Yeah, in association with, but not by Marvel Studios. It's by Sony.
That's all right. That's what
it's Sony. It's Sony saying, like, let's make money. So Marvel Studios gave Sony some of the money to make the Venom movie. So in association with Marvel Studios, but Sony's behind everything else, like the production of the movie. So this is gonna fucking suck. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, so looking at it from just the trailer perspective, I saw it and I'm like, well, I think Tom Hardy's a great actor, but I think I think he can do really well with Eddie Brock. I just feel like, again, there's no sense of anything with this film. It seems to me, I'm just like,
they just put a character.
It's just there. They're just putting a character there randomly just to try to milk money off of these poor innocent people who don't know any better. You know, who are just gonna go watch the movie because what, he looks like Spider-Man. That's it. So there's another thing. You saw the symbiote, right? It looks good. It looks good. Why the fuck does he look like Spider-Man? Why the fuck does it look like Spider-Man? If you didn't know, why would you ask those questions? Why would they make the symbiote look like Spider-Man if there's no Spider-Man to begin with?
I like the old struggle where Spider-Man had the symbiote and everything.
Right.
I like that.
And I was rejected, and that's why it hates him.
That's why it hates him so much. That's my biggest issue. That's my biggest issue. And again, if the trailer had done maybe a different kind of spin on the story and made it interesting, cool. But I didn't see that either. I just see this as a giant fucking money grab.
They grabbed the symbiote from a spaceship and They put it in the lab.
Grab the symbiote from something. They don't even say where it comes from. It's just like it's just there. It's just we found this guy in a black suit. You know, and I'm like, but what? And I'm like, and then they're already trying to put Carnage as the villain, and I'm like,
no,
yeah.
But they did say 2 symbiotes. They said it was more than one, so of course they are.
They're gonna put Carnage as the villain. I'm like, that's too soon. That's too soon.
They're rushing it.
Oh yes,
it's gonna be resolved in an hour and a half.
Oh no, okay, yeah,
and that's my problem. That's my problem. So I'm not trying to take away from your excitement.
I'm gonna watch it.
It's just that's my issue. I'm gonna watch it too. I love Venom. Yeah. I love Venom. Venom is one of my favorite Marvel villains. Mm-hmm. Just because he is the worst. He is the big bad of my favorite Marvel hero. But still, you can't can't do that. You can't run before you walk. You can't walk before you crawl. You gotta start taking steps. They could have taken so much time with this, you know?
So you think the characters is going to be flat then?
I think the entire movie is going to be flat. Like it shouldn't happen. There's no reason for it to happen. Like I know they said that they're going to have a cameo of Spider-Man, Tom Holland Spider-Man in this Venom movie, but you're going to have a cameo of the most important character,
the core of this story.
Like it's because of that dude that you exist. So, you know,
how do you know you do that?
Yeah, that's my issue. Again, I'm not trying to take away from the excitement from you guys, but that's just how I see it. It's very, very like there's no bueno. Huge like flag on the play, like technical foul. Like that is like you don't do that. You don't create a character out of nowhere without paying any respect to the character that is responsible for this character existing in the first place.
Right. Yeah.
You know? It's crazy. It's like the chicken or the egg. Which came first? I don't know. The drum? You know, it's like, what?
It's like you got his name Venom. It's the whole thing. Man.
It's like, we are Venom. His name is Venom. His name is Venom because he is a perverted version of Spider-Man. Spiders have venom. That's why his name is Venom, but you don't understand. The only thing I think I liked about the trailer, though, is that, you know, the whole we... You know,
right, I definitely caught that. He was like, so why do we do this?
I'm glad that they pay attention to like the whole we are doing this, we are that, we are Venom. Like, cool.
Did they get that in the old I'm trying to remember, but remember Spider-Man 3?
They did the we thing. They did the we thing, they did the we thing. But there was no like there was no relation.
I hated them. Oh, that was so nasty.
There was no relationship between the host and the symbiote though. Like it was just like the dude had put the symbiote came onto him as goop, and then it seemed like he was in control of everything. Like the symbiote wasn't like doing anything.
It was just a power for him.
Yeah, it was just like a super powerful version of a Spider-Man.
So this one definitely has its own consciousness. That's kind
of and you hear the symbiote talking to him,
and he hears voices.
And that's accurate. You know, that's Venom hears the symbiote inside his head all the time. They talk to each other all the time. He refers to themselves as we, not I. So I like that. That's probably it. The movie looks like it's just a giant fucking cash grab, and it's probably gonna make some good money because there are Venom fans out there.
I'm gonna see it, but
me too.
Yeah, everybody
I'll
loves
give
Venom.
my money to it, but I know it's gonna be terrible. It's coming out in October too. That's a terrible month for movies. So I'm sorry, guys. I didn't want to like.
No. I definitely wanted to. Because that was one of my concerns, man. It's like, all right, but there's no Spider-Man anywhere, and I'm looking at the beginning of the trailer.
So I just assumed that he was going to be in there. That's why.
He's not a major player. He's just like they said, just cameo. That's it. That's all. Just a cameo. Maybe like a couple of seconds or a reference where he's featured in that reference. That's it.
Like, you need the bond, man.
Like, bruh.
They probably felt like they did that before.
Like they could have made that like the next good Spider-Man story, like the lead up, the build up to this big character.
So Venom, what did Marvel? So I'm still like really fuzzy on how these whole companies work with who gets what. Like this is an association with Marvel.
Yeah, it's so weird.
The company, but they didn't give it to the
studios.
The studios.
Yeah.
But they gave it to Sony.
Yeah, it's so
But
weird.
you should just gave it to the studios who's doing the Spider-Man movies. Just hold off. And then you could have brought It's just like, why?
Dude, it's so weird. It's like
somebody making money off of that.
It's because it's because way back like in the late 90s, mid to late 90s, like Marvel was like bankrupt. Like they had no money. So what they wanted to do, in order to get money, they sold rights of their characters to these movie studios so that they could make movies in the near future. So the studios gave Marvel money for the rights to the characters. So they, Marvel was like they can do whatever they want. We don't care. We just need money right now. So when they got the money, Marvel started coming back up, but they realized that that's when they started coming out with like X-Men. That was like the cartoons. First big, the X-Men cartoons, the Spider-Man show. Then they started coming out with the movies, the X-Men movie, and then X2, and then Spider-Man 2, and then they were like, oh, there might be something in this, because X-Men made money, Spider-Man made fucking money at that time, and then from there, that's when. So that was like mid 2000s. Then the following year, Marvel's like, hey, let's try to do one of these on our own and let's make it great. Let's try to make it really good. But we don't have the rights to anybody here. Yeah. Like who's a person that we could start with that, even if it fails, nobody will really care? Iron Man. And then it turns out Iron Man fucking blew everything out of the water. And then that's when Marvel started making all the money, and then so much so that they formed their own studio company, and that's when Fox and Sony are like, please. That's when they started making like all the other X-Men movies, like Apocalypse, Days of Future Past, and the Amazing Spider-Man movies, and they didn't make as much money as they wanted to, and then that's when again everyone was on suicide watch because of the whole. I'm sorry. So they started. So what happened was they started making all these other movies, Sony and Fox, but they didn't make as much money. Everybody's on suicide watch because Marvel had at this point come out with the Avengers, and they had built movies up to this. Even though technically all the Phase 1 films were rush jobs, with the exception of Iron Man, because that was a little bit more prep going into that. But Captain America was a rush job, the first one. It was a good movie. It was a rush job? Yeah. That movie came out like in 2010. And they started making it like the following year. Yeah? Yeah. And then...
such a good movie, man.
It was a good movie.
Was so good.
It was a good movie, but you could tell it was rushed because it was very formulaic and it was kind of a little choppy. The third act was like, what? Okay. So then they made Thor, complete rush job. Then right after that, Avengers the following year. And it's just like, Avengers, whoa! That movie should have been a fucking disaster by all stretches of the imagination. But Avengers like, Avengers, oh my god. Nobody gave a shit about the Avengers, Nobody gave a shit about Iron Man or Captain America or Thor or the Avengers. But boom, here they are. Blew up. Here they are. And then that's when like more faith, and then Fox and Sony were like, we got to make all these movies now. So they tried to exercise their rights to try to keep them so that Marvel wouldn't get, because if they don't make movies in a certain time, the rights automatically revert back to Marvel as part of the contract. So that's why they made the Amazing Spider-Man movies, then the later X-Men movies. Didn't make as much money, so then that's why Sony is like, all right, let's talk about giving Spider-Man back to you guys, because now we need money. Our movie division isn't doing well. We need money from you guys.
Spider-Man.
Yeah. So Sony owns Spider-Man, Fox owns X-Men Fantastic Four, and all properties associated like Deadpool and so on. So then that's why they made that awful Fantastic Four reboot. That was so bad. That's why Fox made that again. If they didn't make that in a certain time, rights would go back to Marvel. So that's the main reason why they're making all these films. Deadpool, success. That was a success. But again, that was another movie they had to try. They were trying to make like another X-Men movie, but Deadpool, just because of that one trailer, that one fan-made trailer by Blur, like they were like, let's do this. Yeah, let's try it. We have some extra money to spare, but they didn't give that movie any kind of money to make, but it still did really well. So Deadpool, success. So Deadpool is single-handedly keeping Fox like above water right now, because Fox really got shit right now. Like it's the same with like on another studio basis. Like Mission Impossible is the only thing keeping Paramount above water right now.
Really?
Yeah. Mission Impossible 6 that's coming out this summer. It's the only thing that's keeping Paramount above water.
I'm not gonna see it.
I'm not.
No
they're literally depending on Mission Impossible 6 to do well. Because if it doesn't, then Paramount's gonna go into the red, and it's not good for them. So, but it's just like that's just what it is. It's just about you. It's about all these rights. You have to make these movies in a set amount of time, or else
you got to give them back.
You got to give them back. You got to give them back, or you have to relinquish the rights to someone else, so that they can do something with it. Someone who's willing to pay the money. It's business.
Yeah,
it's business. It's straight up.
So
Marvel does not have an issue with making films. Like they can get whoever they want. They have all the money to right now,
and they got the stories.
Yeah, they have the money. They have the stories, and they have Kevin Feige. Again, I give him so much credit. Like that dude is a comic book fan through and through, and he makes sure like everyone meticulously sticks to the comics. You know, whether in theme or exactly like it's supposed to be, kind of like Infinity War.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even right down to the ending. Like they just kept
just
it
sitting
like,
watching the sun come up, man.
Like that's true.
Like that was I saw that scene. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, like I remember this. I was like, I remember this.
Yeah.
I remember all of this. Yeah, well, that's your explanation. I guess that answered your question.
Yeah, definitely.
Very thoroughly.
Very thoroughly.
Yeah.
I don't know. You guys got anything else to say about Infinity War, man? Any
I want to go see it again.
I want to go see it again.
Yeah.
I feel like I have to now.
Man. Right.
Okay. And it's actually making me want to watch like the other Marvel movies now. Like I wanted to do like a marathon beforehand, and I'm like, nah, you know what? Let me just hold off. But now I want to watch like so many movies right now, like just to kind of refresh my memory on like what's going on. And
I definitely want to rewatch the first Guardians of the Galaxy. I need to rewatch 2 on the Netflix.
Yeah, I feel like watching Civil War again because Civil War had some
amazing
action scenes.
I watched it recently, like
had some amazing action scenes. Yeah, it was really good. Yeah, like that to me is like the real Avengers: Age of Ultron that we should have gotten. You know, because it's a much better movie.
Yeah.
Avengers 2 wasn't terrible, but it was more of the same, and I think that's what people like about it.
Well, all right, guys. Well, I don't even have a sign off or anything, but thanks for joining us for the Infinity Idea Talkers podcast. Let's go around. So, catch y'all later. Again, this is your host, Juice.
This is Jay.
And this is Frank from the Big Games Podcast. Thanks for collaborating with me, guys. I appreciate it.
No doubt. Peace.